Welcome, I'm Mike Lepowski and this is Pure Physique. I'm really happy you're here with me and looking to learn about our fitness franchise. But before getting started, let's make sure that you're in the right place. This franchise opportunity is intended for people who are entrepreneurial minded, business savvy, and have a passion for fitness. If you're looking for a franchise opportunity that doesn't cost a lot to get into, has a 2-year ROI, will permanently and positively impact your customers' lives, and is with a company positioned to rapidly expand, then this is for you. In the next 45 minutes, we're going to talk about how to break into the fitness market and dominate an entire sector, even if you've never worked in fitness before. Why fitness studio ownership is the right business, this is the right time, and Pure Physique is the right model. The value proposition and systems that will allow you to earn twice as much as other fitness businesses. The brand promises no other fitness franchise except Pure Physique can make, and how they free you from competition. How to open up Pure Physique in 4 to 6 months that generates over $250,000 per year right out of the gate. My promise to you is I will show you a fitness franchise model that is uniquely different in the marketplace, operates from integrity, isn't uncompromising on excellence, and will make you the go-to source for exercise and nutrition help without you needing to become a fitness professional if you're not already one. Now, before we dive into everything that you really came here for, I want to check in with you and see where you're at. So let me ask if this sounds like you. Do you worry that you won't find a business that can live up to your financial needs as well as the needs of your soul? Do you feel like God has a greater purpose for your life, but you haven't found the right vehicle or the means to fulfill it? Do you lack passion for the way you're currently earning money and want to put your attention towards something that ignites you? Do you want to play a big role in building something the world has never seen before? Do you lie awake at night wondering if you should be putting your time, money, influence, and smarts towards something other than what you are right now? Are you ready to make a business move that could literally reshape your own health and fitness? And do you secretly worry that you'll turn out to be one of those people who looks back on their life at the end disappointed that you didn't do more or anything to make people's lives better when you had the chance? If any of that sounds like you, I've got great news. None of those things are the real problem. They're just the symptoms. The real problem is you haven't been shown a business that can fit all your practical needs as well as your internal desires. What I'm about to share with you about Pure Physique will completely change the way you look at all other fitness franchises. And should you become a part of our Pure Physique family, you'll be able to wake up each morning excited to work on your fitness business because it will be a well-oiled machine that makes you money and makes a difference. You'll know in your heart and soul that your fitness business is playing a significant and impactful role in the lives of others. You'll be in position to offer people something they've never experienced. You'll have a fitness business that is uniquely positioned in the market to compete with the major players and capitalize on what they can offer. And chances are, you'll experience your own physical, mental, and emotional transformation as you become your own best success story. Now, before I go any further, just let me take 2 seconds to quickly introduce myself. I'm Mike Lepowski, and that's my wife and business partner, Corey Beth. Together, we have mentored and coached hundreds of personal trainers as well as other health and fitness consultants throughout the US, Canada, and Italy, among other countries, on the science and art of exercise and business development. We took a very humble 950 square foot personal training studio and grew it into a 2,700 square foot studio and national franchise. And what we specialize in is in creating systems to maximize operational efficiency and have business owners and their teams deliver peak performance. Aside from being business owners, best friends, coaches, and fitness competitors, we are also the parents of these two little guys, Reardon and Grayson, who are absolutely the loves of our life, but who absolutely give us a run for our money each and every day. In fact, that picture that you see in the middle is pretty indicative of what life is like for us at least 50% of the time right now. And as you can also see, though, we've already begun grooming them for a life that's going to be filled with fitness. So let's talk about this franchise that was 10 years in the making, a franchise that only became a franchise after weathering storms, after evolving the model, reinventing it and refining it until it became something that is not just solid in all areas, but is of the highest quality in service and expertise. Now, I mention this because if you look around the fitness franchise marketplace, you'll notice that many of them started just after 1 or 2 years in business. Some even began as a franchise from day one. So no real proof of concept, no storms weathered, just a business created out of thin air. Many times these franchises leverage a current trend or fad and got people to buy in because of all the excitement around that trend. Why do you think there are so many boot camp and high intensity interval training type franchises? However, the problem with fads is that eventually they fade. While these types of new businesses were popping up all around us, we simply stuck with our approach and kept making it better, more polished, and uniquely different from everything and everyone else. Many of those other businesses came and went, and yet here we stand, having created our own category in the fitness franchise market and a business built on a strong foundation. To understand what makes Pure Physique special, I don't think there's any place better to start than with our core values. These are the 4 pillars our business stands upon. This is the foundation. This is the heart, the core of our being. Every business decision we make, every new hire, every potential franchisee is filtered through the following 4 values. So we aim to inspire a fit lifestyle, apply intelligent fitness, encourage personal growth, and go beyond our walls to contribute to the lives of others. So let's break that down a little further and help you to understand what this really means. So in the eyes of consumers, most fitness businesses are largely similar. Without understanding the nuances or complexities that make different exercise methods different, most people put exercise under one umbrella. For the uninitiated consumer, exercise is exercise and fitness is just fitness. Whether one is getting fit by going for a run, taking a class, or lifting weights, it's all the same. Therefore, what truly distinguishes one fitness business from another is its culture, or in other words, what the business stands for. We believe the culture of Pure Physique is what attracts the type of members, employees, and partners we seek. However, our culture is not a perfect fit for everyone, nor is everyone a perfect fit for our culture. Our culture is summed up by these 4 core values. So there are many values that are important to us, but these four right here are the most important to us. You must be someone that seeks to inspire others. You inspire them by being a living, breathing example of how they want to live their life. A person who is always pursuing their best and pushing their limits and helping others see the greatness that they are capable of. You inspire them by lifting them up. And in turn, their efforts, their successes, their accomplishments will serve to inspire you. Next is a focus on applying intelligent fitness. So for us, that means putting a science-based approach to exercise before fads and fun. Everything we do pertaining to exercise has a very specific rhyme and reason behind it. Now, don't get me wrong, we have a lot of fun doing it, as do our members. But we'll never do exercise simply for the sake of exercise. There is no time to waste on wasteful exercise. Every decision we make about training has thought put behind it, and that's what our trainers are trained to do. Next, you must embrace personal growth. If you're not growing, you're dying. You've probably heard that said before. Just to keep up with the world around you, you must constantly challenge yourself to grow mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. In order to outperform the world, you need to work on growing in these areas each and every day. At Pure Physique, we expect our team and partners to do things that take them outside their comfort zone because that is where the growth happens. If we're to be the example for others, then we not only must walk the walk, but we have to be ahead of the curve. We need to be ahead of the curve so that we can lead. Lastly, and this one's probably one of my favorites, is contribution beyond our four walls. So the way that we look at it, we are privileged to be in the position we are in. By virtue of what we do for people, we are highly regarded by our Pure Physique family and others. However, our platform is meaningless if it only serves ourselves when it can be used to help those who really need our help. That means taking part in fundraising activities where there is no expectation of a return on the time invested. Doing things we won't get paid for, but make someone else's life better or easier in some way. We expect to use our God-given talent, our intelligence, and initiative to do the right thing when the right thing is called to be done. These are our core values. This is the standard that we as a company, you as a franchisee, and every team member of Pure Physique is measured and acknowledged by. So let's talk about what you're probably most interested in now, the model. I'm sure the burning question you have is, what makes Pure Physique so different from every other fitness business you could choose to own? First, we created our own category of fitness, which we like to call anti-cardio fitness hacking. And the reason why we do is because we help people transform the way their body looks, feels, and functions without calorie counting, without cardio, and no more than 90 minutes of exercise a week. Now we do this through delivering 30-minute high-energy resistance training workouts that most of our clients do 2 to 4 times per week. Now this service is offered in one of two ways: personal training and group resistance training. Now the one-on-one training is pretty self-explanatory. It's one client paired with one of our professional trainers. Our GRT classes, however, is something completely unique to our business and certainly the fitness franchise market. This class has all the elements of a personal training session, the individualized attention and coaching, but it's more cost effective because it's delivered in groups of up to 12 people and has all the energy, enthusiasm, and camaraderie of a class. To give you a visual image of this, think of it this way. On one side you have a high-energy spinning class. On the other side, you have your more serious and intensive weight training workout. The two of them come together and have a love child. That's Pure Physique's GRT. This is the service that not only made our business scalable, but made it into a franchise. In addition to the training, we also have nutrition and mindset coaching, and this is another major distinguishing factor, because no other business really dives deep into this particular area, and this is where most people's success is make or break. So we have a way to deliver this to people in a fashion that means that you do not have to become a nutritionist, you do not have to hire one. We have a program in place that each and every client has the option to follow, and also becomes another source of revenue for your business. Lastly, a Pure Physique studio only requires 1,500 to 2,500 square feet. So it's a small studio space, which means that the overhead is going to be very low. And also we've designed it so that you can operate lean. The requirement is only a small team of 2 to 4 trainers. This is comprised of 1 lead trainer and 2 or possibly 3 assistant trainers if or when necessary. As an owner of a Pure Physique studio, the market outlook certainly favors you. A 2017 benchmark study done by the Association of Fitness Studios found with average attrition levels of 24%, fitness studios are better positioned to deal with a highly competitive marketplace. This compared to 50% attrition for your traditional health clubs. But know that nothing about Pure Physique is ever average. So our attrition levels are actually below 20%, and our repeat client retention is 97%. Fitness studios today, they command a premium price point that's usually 2 to 4 times more than the cost of a monthly access to a traditional health club. Think about that. People are willing to spend 2 to 4 times more on their fitness each month if it's at a studio versus a health club. We're going to dive into that one specifically in just a few moments, but the reason why studios can command higher pricing is studios provide dynamic and inspiring options for consumers. This is in alignment with our personal observations over the last 11 years, where a good number of our clients, usually around 30 to 35%, belong to one of the 2 other nearby health clubs. But they came to us for training even though those clubs offered personal training and usually had 3 to 5 times the number of trainers as we had. So they still chose to come to us, even though technically what we offer was available there. But really what this is it's a testament to how much people want to be somewhere that specializes in getting people the result that they're after. The last thing that I'll mention is this report that was done from IHRSA that while memberships in traditional health clubs grew by 5% between 2012 and 2015, membership to boutique studios grew by a whopping 70%, and that's despite fees of $20 to $40 per visit. Not per month, per visit. Think about that for a moment. The shift from big box gym to boutique studio has already happened, but it's still early enough for you to get in the game and capitalize on this shift. In fact, the shift is so evident that since this report, many big box chains and major fitness corporations, they've begun to develop their own boutique studios in order to nudge out the competition, mainly in the form of mom and pop studios that created this trend in the first place. So when you consider all the statistics just discussed, the businesses that will have the hardest time in the coming years are those starting from scratch. Those needing to build their identity, figure out their systems, build the right team, spend lots of money on marketing, and sacrifice time for dollars. The next part of the picture, and the one that is surely at the top of the things that you want to know, is how you earn money as a Pure franchisee. Since our inception, our philosophy has been less training leads to more earnings. But this philosophy only works if you have the secret ingredient, which I'm certainly not going to give away until you join our family, but I'm still willing to break down some numbers for you so you can visualize how your Pure Physique will make you money. In 2006, the NSCA did a survey showing that the average rate for a 1-hour training session was $50. Industry experts say that the average today is closer to $60 to $70 per hour, which seems about right when you consider a 2 to 3% annual increase. Now, $60 or $70 for an hour of training isn't bad, even when you take out all the delivery costs, such as the trainer's fee, rent, utilities, etc. But let's compare that to our business. Remember, we're delivering our training 2 ways: one-on-one personal training and group training. Here's how it breaks down. The average 30-minute one-on-one session at Pure Physique is $57. So over the course of 1 hour, one trainer can produce $114 in revenue compared to even $70. Now, a 30-minute group resistance training class at Pure Physique can run anywhere between $160 to $240. So again, doing multiple classes within 1 hour, that's $320 to $480 in an hour. Do you see the implications of this? If a studio or gym's primary offering is an hour training session, when you lose a client, you lose an hour of revenue and have to replace that entire hour. A half-hour loss, when you can charge just about as much as you do for an hour, has far less impact on your overall financials. Don't get me wrong, it still hurts. but not as bad because you're essentially playing with house money. Plus, in today's world, people feel more time crunched than ever before, and you're fighting to be a priority in their life. A 30-minute session that delivers equal results to an hour session makes it easier for them to say yes to training with you. Tack on to that, you have more premier time slots to offer people, which opens you up to more potential members. One of the biggest problems faced by every personal trainer is that they are limited by their hour-long slots. But yet most people all want to train around the same time because, let's face it, most of us are on very similar schedules. As you see here, 30-minute workouts or group offerings by themselves can double or triple revenue. Combined, they make your business scalable and protected against fluctuations in market trends. Now you might say, but Mike, aren't there other fitness businesses that offer 1-hour classes and they pack the room with 30 plus people? So in 1 hour, a Pure Physique is not training any more people or generating more revenue than those places, and they typically use just one instructor. Well, all of this is true, except the service they deliver is a common class with hardly any instruction and absolutely no individualized attention. We're offering personal training, not your common class, in a completely unique and cost-effective way, a way no one else in the market is or has. We're able to command a higher price point per client, per class compared to our competitors. And although we employ more than one trainer per class, it's an investment that's well worth it in the long run, especially when you consider our high client retention and the lifetime value of that client. Better client results lead to less turnover, and less turnover leads to a stable business. Now, if there were one facet of our business I would consider the secret weapon, it would be automation. Every book and expert on time management says that all activities can basically be lumped into one of 4 categories: urgent and important, not urgent but important, urgent and not important, not urgent, not important. I'm not going to get into the specifics of each of these because it's not urgent and not important. But I do want to hone in on the urgent and important and the not urgent but important, because this is where you make or lose money as a business owner. But the activities you'll be doing in these categories can also be time consuming. So under the urgent and important category, the first thing that should come to mind is marketing and sales. Getting potential new customers to your doorstep is obviously one of the most critical parts of your business. Clearly, you can't add more clients if you're not actively communicating with them. However, as you add more clients, your available time for communicating lessens. You may have heard this before. It takes over 13 touches to convert someone into a qualified lead. That means phone calls, emails, text messages, being present on social media, and whatever else you need to do to get in front of them. In a study done on 433 businesses, only 7% responded to an inquiry within 5 minutes. More than half didn't respond in the first 5 days. That's nuts. Guys, timing is everything. The reason why it's easy to grow fast when you're just starting out is because you have the time and attention to give. People are impressed, even shocked, that you get back to them so quickly, that you're available to answer all their questions. Well, of course you are. You've got little else to do, and driving enough business in the door to pay the bills and make some money is the most important thing in your life at that time. Okay, so now to the not urgent but important part of the equation. Under this category, we could list a lot of things, but the one I want to set your sights on is communication with new and current clients. With new and current clients, you build your credibility and bolster your retention by delivering valuable information that can help their fitness take off. However, this level of communication requires a great deal of time and attention, something you won't have as you scale up your business. But on the flip side, if you don't give enough time and attention, you won't scale up. So either way, you're stuck. It's the classic damned if you do, damned if you don't scenario. Making contact with your new leads is vital. Staying in contact with new and current members is vital. And both take up a lot of time. Now, if you're going into this business as an owner-operator, meaning you're going to spend a good portion of each day training clients or leading classes on top of your ownership duties, the situation is far more difficult than if you're entering this business strictly as an owner or investor. Either way, it's not just time that becomes a potential impediment to growth. It's also manpower. Now, here's what I mean. So the traditional or old way of operating a fitness studio looks something like this. You hire a front desk person and you pay them $12.50 an hour. And they sit there, they smile, they say hello, they answer calls, they make calls. And especially if you're that owner operator who is training people, you just work more hours to pay them for theirs. So this is a very expensive proposition, right? So whether or not you are the owner operator or just the owner, this is something that can significantly cut into profits. In a small studio setting like ours, there will not be a whole lot of activity outside of the workouts that requires constant attention. And today, most people will scout you out online or on social media and request information versus just simply popping in off the street. So there's little need to pay someone to sit around all day waiting for the one person every 60 days who actually walks in. And should that happen, we have a format for handling that situation as well. So our way of dealing with the need to maximize communication while protecting our time and managing its expense is to use technology to fill the gaps. Here's what that looks like. So we utilize a CRM system and a call answering service. So basically, while you're doing your work, a person doesn't wait 5 days to get that call. They get somebody on the phone, a human being, the moment they want to get information. And that person then reaches out to see if you're available. If you're not, then they're simply taking down their information so that you can contact them at their convenience, at your convenience, that is. In a CRM system, what we're doing is we're creating automated follow-up sequences. Now, these in a Pure Physique have already been created for you. So when somebody lands on your website or on your social media page and they're opting in to get more information about your studio, they are being contacted right away through email to let them know that we know that they're reaching out and that we're going to be in contact with them shortly. If not, we're going to walk them through a step to make them accountable for getting themselves in the door without us having to do anything. On top of that, as I was saying before, what's of critical importance is communication. Guys, we researched this. We actually had a third party come in and interview our clients without us being there. And the one thing that clients continued to come back and say as one of their top 2 reasons why they kept returning was education. We help them sift through all the nonsense that's put out there online and the things that they're hearing from friends and family. And we provide them with an ongoing education that makes it very clear exactly what they should be doing at what time to get the result that they're looking for. But we've gone ahead and we've automated that process. So when somebody lands on your page, again, even if they're just coming to check the place out, you're going to have some sort of ongoing education, content-related information being delivered to them so that should they land on your page and should for whatever reason it not be the right time for them to be able to come in for a complimentary workout or to start a program, upwards of 6 months down the road, they're still receiving contact from you. And that is the key factor. It's being on people's being top of mind when they are ready to pull the trigger. So that's what these automated systems that we've developed do. And what it allows you to do, as I had already mentioned, it allows you to contact them at your convenience, or at the very least delegate it. So as the business owner, again, your time is precious. And so during those times at which your trainers won't be working, well, that's going to be their time to reach out. So instead of having a full sales force in effect, again, you're operating very, very lean, and this costs you far, far less in the long run. The last thing I'm going to highlight for you is the value of a proven system. I think you probably realize already the value to a large degree. Otherwise, you wouldn't be looking into owning a franchise. Even still, I think you'll appreciate these few points that I'm going to make. The US market currently brings in about $31 billion annually. About 1 in 10 of those dollars comes through a franchise. But in recent years, franchise growth has outpaced the overall industry. According to the market research firm IBIS World, the fitness market as a whole will grow at 1.5% between now and 2022, and franchise brands will grow about twice as fast as they become stronger and entrepreneurs look for more turnkey opportunities. Now, here's what I could tell you from firsthand experience. Building a business from scratch can be brutal. It's a lot like childbirth. I've never birthed a child, but I was there front and center for 2 of them. Let's just say I was glad to be on the side of the bed and not in it. However, once that brutal part passed, what resulted was beautiful. And business is similar. Actually, it's more similar to having multiple kids, right? Because you'll repeat that brutal, beautiful process several times over many years. In fact, you might even repeat it several times over just a single year. What we all really want is to have our kid delivered by a stork and have them be about 5 or 6 years old with good manners already established. That is what it's like to own a Pure Physique. Otherwise, you'll spend years and tens to hundreds of thousands of dollars trying to figure out all the nuances and the identity of your business. Conversely, a proven system like ours allows you to stick the key in, turn on the ignition, and make your business run. Even if you step out of the vehicle, it's still running. Pure Physique is solid in every area. You heard me say that earlier. But that's because we've been battle tested amidst increasing competition for 10 years before becoming a franchise. It's because we've spent the hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? We've been through countless hires and fires. We took all the big risks, reinvented ourselves, and refined all our processes and programs and prayed our way through it all. We endured everything you won't have to. This is the advantage of leveraging other people's work, their systems, their mistakes, and their successes. Will you still have some challenges? Absolutely. But you also have us by your side to help you through them, get you past them faster than you could if you had to go at it alone. Should you decide owning a Pure Physique is the right move for you, here's what you can expect. Once you make the decision to become a franchise owner, you then work with us to choose your location. Next comes the hands-on and classroom training at our corporate location, and that's going to be followed by ongoing coaching and mentorship, as well as training at your location so you and your team are prepared to operate the business efficiently and profitably. Speaking of team, we will assist you in the hiring process to ensure your team reflects the culture and core values of Pure. In our business model, this is just 2 to 4 trainers, depending if you yourself will be one of them. Then it's time to start marketing your Pure Physique studio. And we're going to give you help in that area as well, guys. At the end of 4 to 6 months, you're ready to open the doors on your Pure Physique studio. So today I promised I would show you how to break into the fitness market and dominate an entire sector even if you never worked in fitness. Why studio ownership is the right business, this is definitely the right time, and Pure Physique is most certainly the right model. I showed you the value proposition and systems that will allow you to earn twice as much as other fitness businesses. The brand promises no other fitness franchise except Pure Physique can make, and how they free you from competition. How to open a Pure Physique in just 4 to 6 months that generates over $250,000 per year right out of the gate. And a fitness franchise model that is uniquely different in the market. Just to sum it up, this is how you win by owning a Pure Physique. Our core values define us. They define our culture, and our culture is what attracts and retains the best trainers and clients. And the model matters. Studios are outperforming box gyms and health clubs, especially when you consider the revenue per client or revenue per square foot. Pure Physique's model is in a category of its own and offers something new in the fitness franchise market. Less training leads to more earnings. Not only is less training attractive to clients, and I mean less training time attractive to clients, but more advantageous from an earnings perspective. We're able to offer the same service at 3 different price points, and this helps to satisfy almost every budget as well as people's training preferences. We use automation as our secret weapon. We took the most critical but time-consuming tasks for driving leads, sales, communication, and client retention and automated nearly everything, leaving you and your team more time to focus on doing what you do best. The real value of owning a Pure is in its proven systems. There's no need to spend hundreds of hours or tens to hundreds of thousands of dollars or unnecessary suffering trying to figure out how to make your business successful, because we've already done all the major suffering for you. So now you have a choice. You can either take all this information I provided you and you can forget all about it, or you can continue to search for a better option after that, and on and on and on, without ever taking the next step to realizing your greater purpose. Or you can do something that will change your life and help others change theirs. You can step into a business that's more than a way to earn a living, a business you can be passionate about. You can help build something most of the world has not seen or experienced. Now, here's how we can help. We, meaning Corey, Beth, and I, have set aside time in the next 72 hours to speak to you personally about how you can go about owning a Pure Physique studio. We'll answer your questions about startup costs, earnings, fees, and whatever challenges or concerns that you have. I'm sure we've heard them before. We'll get to know you, you'll get to know us, and together we can see if we're a fit for one another. But again, now, you don't want to waste your time, and I'm sure you don't want to waste hours. So time is the most limited resource that either of us have. So for that reason, I'll be really clear about who we're reserving this conversation for. It's for people who are committed to opening a fitness business within a year or less. We'll only speak with you if you are a disciplined and organized go-getter or self-starter. You must be mission-driven and results-oriented. Listen, we want you to make money, lots of it. But if your only purpose or mission is to make money, then what we have won't be right for you. However, if making a difference is a major part of your purpose and the reason you want to own a fitness business, then we'll show you how to do that and make money. You have to be the type of person who holds yourself and others to a high standard of excellence. If you don't seek excellence in everything you do, then this is definitely not the right business for you. And lastly, if you're the type of person that doesn't chase their dreams, you stalk them, well, if that's you, then we want to book a Zoom call with you right now. And so here's how you go about doing that. Simply go to meetme.so/pure franchise or click the button below. We do have a very limited number of times available for these calls, so please book it now. I want to thank you guys sincerely for your interest in Pure Physique and for taking the time to learn more about us over these 45 minutes or so. I hope to meet you soon over a Zoom call, learn more about you, and help you take the exciting step of owning a Pure Physique and completely changing the trajectory of your life. God bless.